is Melanie Marquez. I'm the manager of the Podium Boutique Hotel and Home Restaurant. Well, I'm an art enthusiast and we've been promoting local artists way back in 2017. So, yun po, I'm now interested with neurographic art. Actually, I'm not a certified trainer, but I practice neurographic art because it has helped me cope with depression, with physical pain, and it has really helped me a lot. So siguro yung pinaka-tanong lang natin is what makes neurographic art different from doodling is that yung neurographic art po, it's actually an art for non-artists because it follows an algorithm. Yung algorithm, that's the very basic steps that you follow in neurographic. So from doing your topic, your catharsis, your emotions, so step by step, you're creating something, you're creating mindfully and consciously a work of art.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Maganda ito sa mga suicidal na tao parang art therapeutic, ma'am. Paano kaya i-integrate sa art therapeutic ito, ma'am?
Yeah. We always say that art is therapy, but sometimes people are hesitant to go into art because they feel that they can't draw. So, katulad din po ako, I'm not really an artist, but when I got into neurographic, following the steps, kasi every step po nun may meaning. Actually, when you do the lines, when you, let's say for example, you have your initial drawing, and then you melt the catharsis. So basically, it's mindfully healing you internally. And every time po we do art or we do something creative, there are neurons in our brains that are connected and being reconnected. So yun po yung tumutulong sa atin mag-produce ng dopamine or yung happy hormones natin, which makes it for us it's a very it's a very important component that helps us cope with stress. Going to be just a rundown of an accidental find I had during the pandemic, and I think sagot po ito sa inyo, Pastor John. I'm not an artist myself.
You're into photography.
Oh yeah.
It's an art.
Lagi kong sinasabi, pero nung narinig ko si Counselor at si Sir Doy kanina, ay, sige na nga, artist na tayo. We are all creatives. Yes, sir. Pati ikaw, Pastor. Actually, Gladys can attest to this. No? When she first did our mural, yung nakita yung maganda dyan sa labas, itong wings, yung humble, and our first exhibit, of course, with Kuya Pigeon. I know that Gladys would attest that I can't even hold a pen. I can't even draw a straight line. Tama, Miss Gladys? Same. Yes. So, you'll be wondering why I'm doing this right now. So, just to give you a short background, katulad nga na sinabi ni Kuya Pigeon, I took up psychology in college. So, definitely, I'm a lot younger. No, I'm younger than Kuya Pigeon. Magka-batch sila ng sister ko po. I think hindi ata tayo nagkaabot sa SMU, Kuya. So that's how, you know, the gap. But somehow, lagi kami nagtatagpo. Maybe in his projects, which I also admire, and so we support also. So yun, I took up psychology for the very reason that katulad ng karamihan sa ating magulang, gustong maging doktor. Gusto maging lawyer. We're in the business, and that's my parents' dream. So at the very young age of 19, natuloy ko naman yun, yung MD. Yun nga lang, marriage degree ang pagkailan ko. So, alam ni Sir William yan. So we are also friends in La Trinidad. So, yeah, so I got married, wag mong gagayain, at the very young age of 19. And right now, I'm a mother of 4, and of course, a wife to 1. Yeah, so after almost 30 years. So, that's my history in psychology. Now, what got me into art? Like sinasabi ko, I've been telling myself I'm not an artist. Yes, my brother, my sister, you would know, they're all artists. They can do portraits, they can make wonderful paintings. Pero like Pastor John, I'm also an art enthusiast.
No, but you're into photography.
Creative.
I'm creative. Salamat, Counselor. Eh, hindi ka talaga mahindihan, Counselor. Okay, so what happens when art and psychology combine? That's neuropsychology. And later on, I will tell you why. So I'm just going to give you a very short background on why I got into this and what is neuropsychology. Question. Okay. Lahat tayo dito iba. May estudyante, may bata, matanda, artist, non-art, lahat artist, creative. What do you think is our common denominator? Yung meron tayo pare-parehas. Yes, Pauline. Talent. Very good. Ano pa? Sir. Emotions. Definitely. Last one. Pastor John.
Yeah, feelings. Emotions.
Feelings. But on top of that, diba, lahat tayo may problems. Sorry,
Yeah.
So we all have our problems. And katulad ng binanggit ni Pastor kanina, we've been talking about mental health and depression. So what do we do when we have problems? Uncle Peter.
Sanay na. Sanay na siya.
So the young generation will always mention na ano. Yes, definitely.
Pray. You pray.
So yeah, so we all have our problems. Pero may una nating ginagawa. Di ba how do we combat? We pray. And definitely that's, of course, unquestionable. No doubt about it. Pero ano po yung ibang ginagawa natin? Sabi kanina ni Pastor, I got a lot from your Pastor. We confide to a friend. Tama? Kung may problema tayo, we talk to them. We tell our problems. Ang problema, pag yung friend natin, marites.
Yan ang problema.
Right. Pero itong project ni Counselor, imarites lang po natin. Kasi maganda naman talaga siya. Pero yun nga sometimes when we have problems, we confide to a friend and pag naging marites yung friend natin, then that goes the problem. And ang pinakamahirap, marites na nga siya, busy pa siya. So ano yung sinabi mo, nalipat sa iba, hanggang iba na yung kwento. Right? So, pagka ganon, the more we become stressed, lonely, and depressed. So basically, minsan yun yung nagiging root cause also. So where do we attribute our pains and sufferings? So when we feel something bad, sa mga kabataan, when you feel something bad, sino sinisisi nyo? Usually. Sarili. Alam mo, ngayon lang ako nakarinig. Sarili. Laging ibang tao. But an adult would say, other people. That's reality. Very few people will say that yung loneliness ko is caused by me. And I'm so happy that how old are you, Miss Pauline? 80 naman. So you're at least, And that's the problem. And sometimes we blame other people when we have problems, right? Because it's hard to evaluate what we're feeling. Yung introspection, yung sinasabi ni Pauline kanina na, sisihin natin or isipin natin kung ano yung pagkakamali natin. Simply because introspection is hard. And introspection, how we evaluate ourselves is hard because change is hard. Anything, di ba? When you go beyond your comfort zone, medyo mahirap. Okay. So how many of you believe that the way you think has something to do with or it has an effect on your life? Yung sinabi kanina, di ba, what you think, we become. So our thoughts creates our reality. Naniniwala ba kayo doon?
Yeah.
So what you think, you become. Diba? Dati hindi ako creative. Sa kakaisip ko, being surrounded by creative people, sabi ni Counselor, artist na daw ako. Creative na ako. Paglabas niyo dito mamaya, lahat kayo creative. Artist na rin kayo, right? So yun. So okay. In July 2021, I'd like to share with you lang one experience. So I met up with a cousin who I haven't seen for the longest time. He is from Manila. He's an event organizer, a popular event organizer at that, and in fact, a songwriter. So he went to visit Baguio and I met him at Country Club. When he was walking down, I noticed that he had lost a lot of weight. Diba? So nung nakita kami, sabi niya, how are you? Haven't seen him for years. He's just 1 year younger than me. He was 45, I was 46 at the time. And he said, Hindi, kasi nag-iba na ako ng lifestyle. I don't drink anymore. I don't smoke. Change lifestyle. Oh wow, that's incredible because you know when I see him on social media, he's with celebrities. His name is Stephen Koo, if you happen to come across his name. So he's very, very at the top of his career. And he said, why the sudden change? He said, because I was diagnosed with lung cancer stage 4. Alright?
Wala, sir.
To tell you, lung cancer runs in the family. My father, who passed in 2016, died of lung cancer. And my 2 titas followed thereafter. And now I met my cousin. So sabi ko sa kanya, pampalubag loob, ay kaya ako, Stephen, sabi ko, pag ako nagka-cancer, huwag naman. Ang lagi kong pinipray kay Lord, Lord sana, if you give me that, at least man lang, yung my youngest, who's now 14, would be big enough to fend for himself or to take care of himself. Right? So sabi niya mali. Dapat ang pinipray mo na sana huwag kang magka-cancer.
Yes.
Kasi marami ka pang pwedeng gawin sa mundong ito. Kasi gusto mo pang makita yung mga apo mo. So di ba yung change of thinking, change of perspective? Kala ko ang galing ko na. May mas magaling pala siya. Unfortunately, he passed also. And that's when I got introduced with Joe Dispenza. Who have heard of Dr. Joe Dispenza? Dr. Joe Dispenza is a world-renowned motivational speaker who teaches about the power of thoughts. So you can check him in YouTube. And with him, I learned several key learnings. So I'll just go through this fast, that our thoughts have something to do with our body. And you can actually use the power of your mind. Yeah. It is making you conscious of the unconscious that you do. Why? Sabi niya, diba, if you have the same thoughts, what happens? You have the same choices. And if you have the same choices, you'll have the same behaviors. And same behaviors would lead to the same experiences, and same feelings will lead to the same emotions. So kung paikot ka lang ng paikot, then your drive, it will again drive you to your very same thoughts. Alright? So your thoughts affects your body, your biology. And when it affects your body and your thinking, it would already affect how you think, how you act, and how you feel. So, nakita niyo yung connection. So, kung iniisip mo ganito, negative, negative ka na all throughout. Pag positive ka, positive. Physically. Di ba kapag ninenervyos tayo, ano nangyayari? Minsan we perspire. Tama? Minsan nag-iihi tayo. Right? May physiological, and it is proven by science. So how you think, how you act, and how you feel is your personality. And your personality actually creates your personal reality. Right? So your personal reality creates your personal reality. What's your personal reality? Ano po yung personal reality natin? It's our life. Diba? So, what you think affects you, and then how you act, think, and affects your personality, and eventually your life. So, sasabihin niyo po sa akin, di ba? Meron, happy na ako. Gusto ko ganito na yung person. Ganito talaga ako eh. Maingay ako. Di ba? Mayabang ako. Di ba? My question is, kunwari ganun yung personality mo, are you happy with your life? Di ba? Because at the end of the day, what we're looking for is happiness. Diba? Sa pagiging mayabang ko ba happy ako? Eh kung happy ka, ganyan ka na. Diba? But do you get me? Kasi sasabihin mo, eh ganito lang ako, happy-go-lucky, I don't care about working. That's your personality. Pero you want to become rich. Tama po ba yun? Uncle Peter, hindi, diba? Of course, our beloved Uncle Peter and Auntie Ivy would tell no. Sometimes you would hear athletes and they would tell you, pag in-interview, ang galing mo naman, champion ka. Bahala na si Lord. Kasi kay Lord yan, kasi nagswerte ako. I don't believe them.
That's right.
Because behind every champion is years and years of training.
That's right.
Right? Every successful person, don't believe them when they tell you it's just God-given. Of course it is God-given. We're guided. Pero behind every successful person, like Mr. Chong and Uncle Peter and Auntie Ivy, they worked hard. And if I can just, or if they can just share you their life story, they have a very beautiful life story. And you can also do that, okay? So clear tayo dun. I'd like to show you one video I found in the internet that shows about the power of the mind. Maraming din ito actually. This is Tim Maro, I think he's Peruvian, who's very athletic. And he's also he does stream sports. But then he suffered a spinal cord injury in 2014. He was told that he would never walk again. But he has better plans. So you see, during that 7 years, he never stopped training. You will see yung motivation niya to really train and then at least be able to walk again. In fact, you will see later on that he's also being supported by his family there. So together with him, he never gave up, including his parents and family. And look where he is now. For someone who was told that he can never walk again, he has just crossed a finish line in a major marathon. Just recently, late last year. And when you follow him in Instagram, he plans to do his first, I think, full marathon next year. So this is what I'm talking about when we talk about the power of the mind. So key learnings, whenever you make your brain work differently, you are changing your mind. Kasi iba yung brain, iba yung mind, right? The mind is the brain in action. So how do you train your brain? One key important ingredient is yung information and knowledge, just like what we're doing now. And yun po yung matututunan nyo later. And every time you learn something new, you make new connections in the brain. Nabanggit din na ni Pastor kanina. The new model of reality right now is causing an effect. That means that for a new experience to occur, you have to break the habit of being yourself. So how do you break the habit? Yung parang palagi na lang ganito. One word, pinakamadaling sabihin. And that I want to share with you. Itong klase ng attitude na dapat meron tayo. Any wild guess? May prize po ako, si Uncle later.
Ma'am.
What?
Ma'am,
Yes, sir.
consistency?
Consistency, yes. That's one. One more. Ang bad trip ka na, sira na yung araw mo. But Ate Joy was right. It's always good to be thankful every day. Even if the day before you is not that good. Kunwari pinagalitan ka ng boss mo. Di ba pag-gising mo, papasok ka, sasabihin mo, masama na. But still be thankful. Thankful na napagalitan ka lang, hindi ka na-fire. Diba? So yun yun. So gratitude. Why gratitude? Because scientifically speaking, it can boost neurotransmitter serotonin and activate the brainstem to produce dopamine. And dopamine is our brain's pleasure chemical. The more we think positive, grateful thoughts, the healthier and happier we feel. Alright? So yun lang. Being gratitude. As Brené Brown said, can you read it for me?
We hold the lasting happiness in our own hands, for it is not joy that makes us grateful. It is gratitude that makes us grateful.
Right. So it is actually joy, grateful that makes us joyful. As Dr. Joe Dispenza would say, why wait? Diba? Can we give thanks even for the event is manifest? Why wait for a diagnosis, a sickness, or a loss to come before you start doing the right thing? Diba? Like my cousin, diba? He changed his lifestyle. But for him, maybe it's too late. Why can't we learn and change in a state of pain or suffering when we can actually learn and change in a state of joy or inspiration? Okay, so that's how important our mind is. Why can't we consciously practice gratitude every day so we can improve our emotional well-being and cope with stress? You can't wait for your success to be empowered. You have to be empowered to create success. Alright. So why? Yun na yung common. I want to show you what are the common effects of stress. Stress can cause a lot of things, diba? Sa body natin, headache, moods also affects our overall mood and even our behavior. So when we are stressed, we become anxious, then eventually we become depressed. That's why we have a lot of cases of mental health. And that is why my goal this afternoon is to help you turn that stress into calm, right? So how do we do that? Can anyone give a guess? How do we turn stress into calm?
Ma'am,
Yes.
through art therapy?
Through therapy.
Art therapy.
Art therapy. Correct. What else? How is it done?
Exercise.
How do we stress? Exercise. Correct. There's so many. Yes, sir. We have to be open-minded and creative. That releases stress. Tama po. Lahat na sinabi nyo tama siya. Diba? Some people will do yoga. Some people will even do meditation. Alright. At this point, I request everyone to stand up lang. Let's just do a few exercises. Pag inaantok na po kayo later, may kape at saka ice cream. Alright, so I just want you to practice yung inhaling and exhaling at least 40 times, okay? So because you want to put oxygen in your brain so that hindi kayo antokin. Alright, so we'll do inhale, exhale. More. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, exhale. Okay, you miss. Nantok na ata kayo. Pinaano ka lang kayo. Pero may kape po dyan. Okay. So how do we turn stress into calm? This afternoon, I'm just gonna show you one classic example. Do you know that drawing is one tool? Right? Katulad na sinabi ni Sir, art therapy is one tool. Why? Because have you ever asked yourselves, what goes on in your brain when you draw? Diba? Why does it feel so nice? Lalo na sa mga artists. I'm sure Miss Gladys and Sir Jed would tell you, pagka when you do your art, you feel good. Right? At the young artist, do you feel good when you do your art?
Yes.
Diba? Pag galit kayo sa parents nyo, you do art, you feel good.
May sungay yung tenant.
Kasi my children do the same. They do. And I tell you, I would know if they're angry at me or not. But true. But why does it feel so nice? So if art, they say, is therapeutic, how can I use it when I am not an artist? Yun ang sinabi ni Sir Den kanina, Sir, di ba? Parehas tayo. I'm not artist, I'm an artist. I can't even draw. I can't even hold a pen or draw a straight line. Okay? Again, it goes back to when you do something creative, especially art, it reduces stress and encourages the production of dopamine. Yan. So, best friend natin si dopamine sa art eh. Why? Because it's our happy hormone. So, dopamine results in the feelings of well-being, and this is a primary driver of the brain's reward system. So, it spikes when we create something pleasurable. So, a surge of dopamine promotes a feeling of satisfaction, pleasure, accomplishment, and leaves us being motivated. So, every time we become creative, whether we do singing, dancing, diba? Scientifically proven yan. Ang problema, ang kulit talaga, I'm not an artist talaga. Kasi every time I would want to draw Jolina Jolie, ito nagiging labas. Or if I'm asked to do a portrait of a handsome man, yan, nagmumukhang kabayo. Diba? Sinasabi nila, honestly, ito, truth, real talk. When we were talking about art as therapy, hindi ko maisip, kasi pag nakita ko yung drawing ko, mas nadidepress ako. Right? If you're an artist, you would feel that. Sir Chino. But that's the truth. And that's why people, or the brain, or graphic, yeah, or image. So, in simple terms, Neurographic Art is actually the language of our neurons. Yeah. The language of our neurons in our brain. Yeah. Expressed through your art. Okay? So people react. Let me share this with you. Why is this important, diba? So usually kasi, when yung reaction natin, this is how we react, diba? So when we feel something or when we experience something, like when we see, smell, touch, or hear, usually pag dumating sa atin yan, we don't have any emotions. We don't consider it negative or a positive experience. Pero once this experience, nilagyan ng emotions yan, diyan mo masasabi whether it is a negative, your reaction would depend on your emotion. So pagka negative ang emotions mo, negative yung reaction. Pag positive, syempre positive. Diba? For example, rain. Di ba kapag umulan, tumama sa atin, it's just nothing. Pero if we associate rain with floods, or even sometimes landslide, or even sometimes death of a loved one, then it becomes negative. Pero pag ang rain reminds you of nag-date kayo, di ba? Like raining under the rain, walking under the rain, then rain becomes positive. So that's how we see it. Diba? So Neurographic helps us to become mindful. It can help us increase our ability to regulate emotions. Yeah, I just go through this. It can help us make better decisions. So that's how important this activity is for our brain and our minds. Okay? And it is very easy. Because being mindful teaches us again, it goes back to be grateful. Yeah. Iba lang. So, bumabalik lang tayo. Now, scientific studies now show that the brain can continue to produce yung neurons sa ating brain. Dati, sinasabi nila, from 0 to 2, doon lang nabubuo yung neurons natin. But studies has already shown na nade-develop ito in a process called neurogenesis. It means that neurogenesis is crucial when an embryo is developing, but also continues in certain brain regions after birth and throughout lifespan. I'm not going to show this video now, but it just says here, how can we grow new brain cells? Usually, through exercise, diet, and art. A brief history of where Neurographic originated. Unfortunately, hindi po ako yung nakadiscover ng Neurographic. Sana ako na lang para mayaman na tayo nila. But it's not me. It was created in June 2014 by a Russian psychologist and creative entrepreneur, Pavel Piskarev. So it has become patented in 2015, and it has become it has won the competition of psychological techniques as the simplest and most effective. When in fact, you tell me, Russian yan, brain manipulation, mind manipulation. But in fact, no. In fact, at this moment, during war, they are actually using Neurographic for inner peace in times of war. There. Okay. So what is Neurographic art? It is an art for non-artists. It is art for all ages. Yan. And one good thing is, it is therapeutic. Honestly, it heals. And I can attest to that. So I told you a while earlier that it was an accidental find during the pandemic. During the pandemic, I had an injury, and even prior to that, I'm a runner. I do ultramarathons and I do long distance running, but because of the injury, I was not able to do that. And of course, I gained weight, and with that, I got so depressed. So, hindi magalaw yung paa, kamay ang ginamit. So I was doodling. And then, when I was doodling, alam mo yung sa Pinterest, di ba, when you picture Kasi iniisip, paano ba klase itong ginodrawing ko? So when I picture, and then the word Neurographica came, hashtag Neurographica, and I clicked that link, and then it led me to this. Okay? So yon. It is therapeutic. Yeah. Studies have shown that Neurographica has helped a lot of people cope with stress, anxiety, and fear. Why? Because neurographic art is not about the output. It is about the process. Alright?
Yeah.
So may pag-asa pa. Sabi nga ni Counselor, di ba si President Cory started at 60? Kaya pa natin yan. In Neurographica, we are not just doing art and creativity to feel good. The goal is, how can I be effective? Kasi it's a mindful process. How can I be more productive? How can I set up goals and reach them? So, interested na ba kayo? Guys. Okay. What's the difference of doodling and Neurographica? Who doodles here? Diba? We do a lot of doodling. Doodling kasi, when we draw, we transform thoughts into physical, while we often subconsciously tap this process when we doodle. In Neurographica, we approach this consciously. It is a guided process through stages we call algorithms. Alright? So, di ba pag doodling, free-flowing, whatever comes into your mind, you draw. But ang Neurographica, yun, may algorithm. And that's what I'm gonna show you. In fact, there are 9, or now I think 12 algorithms. What I'm gonna share this afternoon is just an introduction. In fact, you can Google this. I'll share you links that are legitimate. You can check, it's free. I'm doing also this for free, but you can actually check. So, I'll show you a video, but first, Miss Joy, pwede pa distribute ng paper so we can do something lang.
Ako, ito na, trauma ko to.
Sana ko. Baka instead na nakatulong ako na trauma. Yeah, so just pass one paper. So share na lang po tayo. I'm just gonna show you the process. In fact, yung Neurographica, when you do your art, so usually one artwork can take you to do it for at least an hour. Pero meron din, it can take you to as long as 1 week or 2 weeks. So I just go through the steps. Alright, okay. Do you have your paper with you? Your bond paper?
It's not the result, it's the process.
You know, I did this before with artists. Grabe, after the process,
Yeah.
they had an exchange. And wala talaga akong masabi. Pero again, yeah. So may paper na ba tayong lahat? Okay, let's do this very fast. Kasi this is just the basic. After this, Counselor, you want to try?
Ayan na.
Joy. Ano yung drawing natin? Sige.
Okay. Yeah. So this is how the process starts. Katulad na sinabi ko kanina, there are actually 8 basic algorithms. So this is a mindful exercise. First is called the topic. Okay. So ano yung topic? A topic is something that bothers you today, right now. Okay? I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Ano muna pala? Okay, so you think of a topic that's bothering you. Kunwari, financial problem. Or maybe love life. Just think of one thing that's bothering you now. Meron na? Alright. Okay, now I'm going to give you 2 minutes. So in that 2 minutes, I want you to write as many words as you can pertaining to that problem. For example, kunwari ang problem ko, back pain. What are the words associated with back pain? Pain reliever, MRI, X-ray, doctor, gano'n. Parang gano'n lang words. Okay? So, meron na kayong naisip. So, I want you to write it on your paper. Alright? So, at the count of 1, 2 minutes, ha? 1, 2, 3, start. Yeah, any words ang isusulat ninyo. Any words that pertains to what's bothering you. Manari.
Bothered by my gout.
Yan, gout. What's bothering you? So, anong ibig sabihin when you're thinking of this word? So, meaning kasi you're trying to process that which concerns you. Diba? So, kunwari, ang problema ng pera, iniisip mo. Diba? Bangko, negosyo. Just write words. Words lang, ha? As many words as you can. As many words as you can. Mabaling, Urang Ilocano, English, Tagalog, Pangasinense, any word. French, Japanese.
Yeah.
Next thoughts. 2
Ano na?
minutes is over.
Mainit.
So now look at your words. Look at the words you've written. Sino nakapagsulat na 50 words? 40. 40. 30. 20. 20. How many words? 15. Okay. Sino pang higher than 15? Higher than 15 words. Wala na? Ideally, this mindful process, when you write about your topic and the words, ideally they said it would be best if you do at least, or if you write at least 20 words associated. Because basically, you're trying to activate those neurons in your brain. So yung mga hindi nakapag-isip, honestly, when you do this on your own, it will help. I mean, of course, it's understandable. This is just not even a neurographic workshop. It's just an introduction. So, sino po yung naka-15? It's part of my advocacy to actually encourage people to start drawing. So, this is for you po. Okay. Now, next this one is an interesting part also. Okay, so now yung sa likod ng paper natin, sa likod, we have a clean paper. Yung ang tinatawag natin na composition or catharsis, it's your emotional on first. Di ba may naisip tayong problema natin? Or hindi naman problema, an issue or a concern. So your catharsis goes something like this. In 5 to 10 seconds, I want you to draw free-flowing lines. For example, this is me, and this is my catharsis. So dahil iniisip ko yung asawa ko na nakabay kami kanina. Ang catharsis ko, right? Anything. Catharsis is a free-flowing line that you draw in 5 or 10 seconds. It can move over lang. It can make connections, it can be smooth, it depends. Okay? So in 5 to 10 seconds, let's count. Okay. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Gulo ng utak ko. Sobrang gulo. Cannot untangle it.
Alright, so we have the horses. Okay, good. So that's a catharsis. In your drawing, katulad ba you will see that there are intersections. Tama? Yung nag-cross. Yung nag-cross. Right? Meron bang nag-cross sa inyo? Ibig sabihin ng nag-cross na yan, these are your negative emotions. So, that's the goal. To treat these negative emotions.
Oh my God.
Ayan. So, that's your negative emotions. So, our goal now is to turn the negative emotions into something peaceful. And this is what we call yung rounding. Okay, I'll show you what rounding is. And this is very, So when you round, this is how you round. Di ba may intersection? So yung intersection, we were round yan. See? So for me, that's the most, how do I call it? It's the most peaceful process. Diba? Kaya yung mga madaming ex dyan, ako, 3 linggo, hindi nyo pa so that's what I'm telling. Na sometimes this artwork can go a long way. It doesn't have to be in one sitting. Yeah. So something that you can do at home, and definitely not when you're working. Baka mapagalitan kayo. Yeah. So this is rounding. Now, okay, just to give you a note, I think this is where we can So we've talked about topic, composition, rounding. There are actually 8 basic steps. But this is actually can be done in another workshop. We can do it one-on-one. This is just an introduction. But to give you a video, I created actually sample drawings of how it would look like. So these are sample drawings. Yeah. So, okay. So now, how do you dissolve yung catharsis? Diba? So yung catharsis kanina, diba ito yung emotions ninyo? Tama? So ang goal natin is to turn this into positive. So how do we do it? Diba? We round. Yan. We round it. Later on, we can do it. One way to do it also is to melt the catharsis. How do you melt? You draw lines from your drawing going out at the edge of the paper. Okay. So draw lines from inside anywhere and then go out. So what does it mean? Meaning to say you're trying to melt that emotion or that whatever concerns you. So again, it's a mindful process. Alright? Kaya, nakikita niyo dito, parang marami yung catharsis. Yeah, so that you can do later. Now, I actually prepared a video on how the entire process goes from the basic part, easier for you to understand. Why this is very special? It is because it's cheap. You only need paper, markers, and of course, colored pencils. There. Yeah. This is the basic algorithm. I'll show you. Yeah. First, di ba yung ginawa natin kanina? You draw free-form lines. Yan.
Artist na ako.
Ayos ah.
Now you draw the neurographic lines. Ito yung sinasabi ko. This is when you want to melt that catharsis. Kasi sir, the catharsis, diba? That's our emotions. So you draw lines to the edge of the paper hanggang sa hindi nyo na nakikita yung una. Tama? Hanggang sa wala na. There. What is a neurographic line? It is a line that does not repeat. It changes direction as soon as you're aware of the route. So it does not end in the middle of the page, it blends into the other shapes. Yeah. So hanggang later on, because of the neurographic lines, wala na siya. Then you can round na the sharp edges. Ito yung sinasabi ko. So kunwari this is an intersection, you round it. Yeah. So this will actually take a lot of time. Kasi ideally, kailangan lahat ng intersection ma-round. Yeah, so sometimes, kaya that's why I'm telling kanina, na one neurographic art can take at least hours or even days in order for you to finish. This for me is the most peaceful part of the art. Yeah. Then you add colors. So once na, you can add colors to make it beautiful, to make it aesthetically pleasing. Yeah. So like in this case, makita ninyo na parang, for me, parang there's an image that I saw. And maybe during that time, parang nadadirect yung concerns ko. So actually, if you really do it mindfully, you would feel physiological changes. You actually would feel the difference in your emotions. Yeah. Then you draw, we call this the field lines. So basically, parang in that, that yan yung process na you're trying to find solutions to your issues. Yeah. Yeah. Then later on, for all you know, you have a work of art. And who will best appreciate that? Yourself. Right? So, Sir Pastor John, pag nagawa mo na po yan, artist ka na. Yan. Alright? So now, do you believe how easy it is to become or to draw? And how meaningful an art can be in one person?
Yeah.
Diba? You'd probably be asking why I'm doing what I'm doing. I don't even know why. Yun nga, as I've mentioned, I'm not an artist, but now I am, sabi ni counselor, and I'm a creative. And, you know, this has helped me a lot. I used to do long runs just to show you why I got into this. I joined competitions, but then an injury actually stopped me doing what I love most, because I had a bad accident. I had a broken ankle, and after healing from that, I was diagnosed with sciatica. In fact, in 2019, I can't even stand this long. I can't even walk a few meters or kilometers. That's why I really gained a lot of weight. But because of the process, it's not just drawing, it's being mindful. It has helped me a lot. In fact, I've done several of these activities. So, in my, parang I learned to appreciate the beauty of life. That really there are things that we really cannot control. And art has helped me become mindful. My husband would tell me, psychological lang yan. Di ba? Eh, kasi nga iniisip mo na kaya hindi na masakit. But I don't care. If it's psychological, now that I can stand in front of you and actually be able to join races once again. This was in June this year. And do something that my husband and I have been doing for the past 15 years. Then I'm good. So yun. So true that there are things we cannot control in our lives, but we can always shift our energy to what can be done. Because at the end of the day, the choice is always ours to make. This I want to leave it with you. If you're interested with neurographic art, which I will be more than willing to share with the project of Counselor, this is actually a certificate course. I took the basic and I'm taking algorithm 2 right now. You ask me, will I do this eventually to earn money? No, because this has been an advocacy. And I'm here just to introduce it to you. You can explore. I will show you the link where I study neurographic art, Neurographic Academy. My coaches are Ana Romano and Natalie Coleb. Or you can check Neurographic Art and Life. So these are legitimate sites that teach us what neurographic art is all about. Kasi maraming free, pero syempre, let's be discreet also there. And also, if you're interested, please follow our page. It's Neurographic Art Philippines. Here we will be sharing like drawings. In fact, one algorithm now that we're learning is yung algorithm on how to grow your money. That's one aspect. I'm sure. Growing money through art. Yan. So yun. Again, Counselor Leandra, thank you for having me on board. To our participants, I hope you learned something. You know, you may forget all about me. You may forget all about what I've told you. But don't forget to love yourself. Yes. Don't forget to be creative. Kasi paglabas natin, artist na tayo lahat. Thank you po.
Alright. Okay, Pigeon.
Pigeon.
Galing ni Vera.
Galing.
You are a living inspiration. Okay. Thank you. Yung next one.
Okay, that was a great workshop. And so we're down to our last workshop and last event for today. That's called On Demand himself, CountryLover FB and his friend from a long time ago, Mr. Jason Quinones, for the last portion, for the last part of this program. Take it away, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Pigeon. So, yung part natin is on the first part, and that's introducing you to visual art. But may I know, sino yung mga natihan na or may experience dito? Itaas ang mga be honest. Sino ang first timer? Can we have the first timers on the right side and the left side? Come in. So that we will know where to start. There are many disciplines, but we will start with the first discipline, That's on visual art. Actually, maski wala na sana ito kasi ang ganda ng presentation ni Milan, di ba? Pwede na magpag-graduate sa part 1. So yung mga, you occupy this part. Para makuha natin yung mga dapian dito. Kasi yung may experience na you did not go through the usual process. Usually when we start art classes, we start with sketching, but we will do that some other time. Maybe I'll do it myself, but this time I will ask Gladys and Jed to facilitate. So, maswerte kayo kasi may magtuturo. So the first thing is, maybe I'll call you, the two of you. Would you like to join, Chino? Sun using water. No, the other one is oil. Pero yung oil matagal, mag-dry. Okay? Saka medyo yung mga sensitive ang pangamoy sa good. So, yan.
Wala pa tayong karanasan.
For the first timers, tanggalin nyo muna to, no? Yan. Ganyan. Ayan. Meron ba tayong pan dito? Water sprayer. Pagtanggal nyo yan, itong mga to hindi attentive kasi sanay na eh. Pati si Camille, sila Camille, si Krapon yan, yun ang youngest natin. So ang gagawin nyo is, lalagyan nyo ito ng pangipit kasi na-stretch na to, pero stretch ko raw. Kung gusto nyo matuto paano mag-install, i-describe mamaya ni Jed and Gladys. I'll just say my piece and then they'll take it away kung paano gagawin. So ito, iipit nyo para ma-stretch yung canvas. No? Ito. Ganon, counter siya. Sinabi ko kay Manong Peter, maski yung maliit, ang swerte nyo, ang lalaking canvas agad. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Yung mga teachers natin, why don't you try? You know, anything that you do is art. Yung ang pinaint ni Richard Gomez, yung kamukha ko daw. Wow. Nag-paint siya ng kwan. Banana na yellow na yun. Binenta niya ng 2 million. Ganyan, okay? Ganyan. Yung mga katulad din na Camille, din na Deborah, na Dagihan, Sinapulin, yung walang canvas, bigyan nyo na lang muna. Okay. Yan. Yan na. Since gagamit tayo ng water-based, saan yung water sprayer? Kailangan yung provide. One more? Tapos yung magandang trabaho, isalin na natin dyan sa exhibit. Benta ni Milan. Ha? Sinabi ko sa inyo yan eh. Ito si Dr. Nay.
Si Dr. Nay.
Kasama natin sa advocacy na to. She's too early for the next lesson. Yan na nakakagyan yung Dr. Milan. So, ganito, no? Sprayan nyo. Tingnan nyo, ha? Kaya your attention, sprayan nyo, ha? Yung apo ni Juan, ni Manong Peter, bakit ayaw ko?
Look at the picture, ha?
Ganito, sprayan nyo lang na ganyan. Spray yung likod. Okay, yan, you do it. Para ma-stretch yan. Okay? Then after that, you can start painting. Now, I will call Master Jen and Master Gladys. And Wigan, would you like to join me? Yeah. Gladys, itong mga datihan na, ikaw ang magturo kasi you're a living inspiration also. Kay Jen, Kagawad Jen, you be kind enough to show them how to start itong mga first timer na mag-paint. So Jen will take care. Siya ay barangay Kagawad sa City Council.
Ano?
Gladys, ikaw na sudah namin yung concept eh. Jen, when you paint, you think of a concept. So kung ano yung concept, yung gusto mo i-paint, that's what they call a concept. Sino walang canvas? Swerte nyo ah. Walang canvas. Joy. Naalam kami ni personal details. Ganito, you'll be very lucky kasi we will assess how you will progress as the days will go by. We will involve you in our projects. No, nabugahan nyo na.
Ay, isa dun sa mamay, unahan mo dito.
Jen. Gladys, nakamarigatan di gitu ita. Kalalaing di gitu, yung guide mo lang kasi sudah mag-style mo.
My style?
Yeah, you teach them how. Yeah, pero how did you start? Kanya-kanyang kami dito. Basta i-guide mo lang dito. Sarap mo natin.
Oh my God!
Kati concept dito.
Ay, mas magagaling pa itong mga sa akin.
Hindi, basta parang sila.
Yeah.
Ganun ba? Ha? Oh. Uy, pero gamitin niyo yung bukas ha. Kahit ko lang. Alam na si Congressman Jaro, Sabi ko kay Manong Peter, Peter, sinabi ko dali. First time na mag-paint na kinulong ko ng subject.
Sige ba?
Peter, you have pornographic memory.
Just like the matches around. Making it the decor.
Actually, yeah, dito po kayo tsaka first art lang.
Yes, okay lang. Sorry na nakakabasa. Lahat po kayo ng last time.
Tapos na po doon pumunta kami sa kasi sa lasa ko muli pa kasi.
Bakit si Berlin?
Kahit hindi na ako mag-rent ng magpinto.
Then i-dry ko.
Yes, ma'am. Habang moist pa, i-blend you pa. Yes, habang, yes, with the brush. But you're doing good, ma'am. Keep it up. It's your grace, ma'am.
Yung mga pictures.
Kabilang kayo kay Emmy.
Abstract, mama. Abstract.
Yeah.
Ate ko pati natutulog sa pagkain. Saan kayo sa'yo?
Ay, naging teacher na ako. Hindi ako namamala ng bata eh. Ano ka naman ulit? Ito na yung stick pa kanya gano'n. Patati mo sa mga. Susunod ka. Reset na siya eh. Napasama sa bahay. Nakluk-luk. Ay, ma'am. Yes, ko lang yan. At least, nakasako talaga ito. Ay, basta kailangan talaga pagdagan. May nakalimprod ka na nakalakas. Ikanito yung kailangan lagas. Nakalimprod mo sa
lagi po namin kasama.
Siya magbigay ng mga
Lalaki nga eh. Ginamit namin sa
Huwag na akong mag-soft drink. Ayos na sa'yo ng soft drinks. Bigyan ko. Pero pag pinilayan na namin, kaya tatagalan ka kung sa
Get your chair. Big wine.
wala pa sa random lang ako na siya ako maisip.
Actually, this brush, kinig nyo. I kids. Let me fun. Kinig nyo ito, pwede nyo gawin na pang gawa ng kids ng piece. This is very practical. Ganito ang paggawa ng piece. Ganun mo. Okay?
Kasi pag hindi yan, babalik lang sa
kung ganito na malawakan, na ganun kayo, you better buy a brush na yung 2 inches or 1 inch na yung ordinary brush pa rin. Sira kaya yung construction siya. Ay! Tip yan, tip. Libre. Magbayad yun.
sa ilalim. Sabi, paano kayo sa tennis court na ano? May office staff.
O, di mag-hearing. Oh, yan. Pumunta tayo nun.
Maganda nga kayo ano kung saan gawa.
Dapat pwede yung
Ako na yung art. I-parts mo na ice parlor. Mine meron pa naman. Hindi na siya mine. Iba na siya. Pero still mine. Oh, 1950 ang talagang gawa siya. Tapos ko na yung ay, sorry. Wala na may
Okay.
Ano yung mga brush na
So, akin na lang yung
Yes, kasi gamit na. Inuwi naman nila. Take care of them.
So, next time, come back here.
Pero ito,
Yun na guys, wala na tayo.
bring home the pains and the pain. Alam kay pero you find time to return it here. Kasi i-display daw nila sa
Gusto niya yan.
ano yung mga brush nila sa
So, akin na lang yung
Yes, kasi gamit na. Inuwi naman nila. Take care of them.
So, next time, come back here.
Pero ito,
Yun na guys, wala na tayo.
bring home the pains and the pain. Alam kay pero you find time to return it here. Kasi i-display daw nila sa
Gusto niya yan.
naka-stocks na yung tignan nyo yung mga seniors doon.
Oo, dapat kasi nagsiwala.
Nakuha lahat yung artwork nila.
Yung mga bumaba nila.